You are now tuned in to Eclectic AI Weekly with your hosts Heath Nielsen and Zac Spencer. Brought to you by
Eclectic Gentlemen.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Unsupervised or supervised?
I'm all for unsupervised.
It's Eclectic AI Weekly, unsupervised edition. My name's Zac.
My name's Heath.
And we're just two guys who we're pretty into technology, pretty into AI, and we're learning about this stuff. And you can learn about it with us. Today we're going to do a deep dive on Robotaxis, focusing on Tesla's AI integration. They just launched in San Francisco, and they got a pretty cool new diner that they opened up. We're going to do a head-to-head comparison between Tesla Robotaxi and Waymo. And we're going to talk about what this all means for the future of autonomous driving. So thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, yes.
We are Eclectic Gentlemen, and this is Eclectic AI Weekly. You can catch us on YouTube, X, Instagram, wherever podcasts are listened to. I listen on Spotify, and you listen on what?
Overcast.
Overcast FM. Is that Overcast FM or just Overcast?
I use the Overcast app, but they have a website, Overcast FM.
Yeah, I don't know. That stuck out in my head for some reason.
It's true, though. You got it right.
Yeah. So what do you think? If you needed to go somewhere today, would you call a Robotaxi to come get you if it was available?
If it was available, absolutely. Absolutely.
Me too. A lot of people wouldn't, but in the future, this is what people might actually do.
I think this next generation is having trouble just learning to drive.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that noise.
It's very intimidating. There's a lot of traffic out there. And, yeah, there's a lot of rules. Stuff I take for granted. They're having trouble learning.
So, yeah, it's a lot of rules to learn. But
just buying a car, too.
Yes.
You got insurance, you got gas, you got all these, things you got to pay for when it comes to a car, and they just would rather not deal with it.
Yep. And you don't have to deal with any of that in a Robotaxi. So the Robotaxis use AI to navigate roads, pick up passengers, and handle complex traffic without the use of human drivers. Tesla's Cybercab and Waymo's fleet, we just call that a Waymo, right? Yep. They are currently the two big players in that market. Goldman Sachs estimates that the Robotaxi market could hit $330 billion by 2030, up from traditional Uber and Lyft and all that. That's worth about $58 billion. So this Robotaxi market could be worth $330 billion. That's a wild ass amount of money.
I think that number's conservative too.
Yeah. I mean, you're of the opinion that this is going to be like the standard in the future, yes?
Yes. It's going to eat Uber and Lyft completely because there's no drivers to pay, and it's going to be considerably cheaper per mile. I think Uber is averaging, I think it's $3 a mile, and a Robotaxi is going to be like 50 cents a mile.
A cost to the passenger?
For the company. Yes, to the passenger, right? Because obviously a trip, the same cost would be 1/6 the cost. Right. So instead of $10, it'll be considerably cheaper. I'm not going to do the math on the fly here.
Yeah. I figured out per kilowatt hour, it takes me 56 cents to get to work. which is pretty fucking awesome.
That is pretty fucking awesome.
So this is all AI powered, right? And we know Tesla's got the whole XAI team and all those resources behind them. And through full self-driving, uses an end-to-end neural network. It's trained on 3.6 billion miles of driver data, and it processes camera inputs and makes real-time, real-life driving decisions. There's no high-definition maps needed, unlike Waymo. I believe Waymo goes off like of an HD map, and it's LiDAR.
A static map. In other words, it doesn't adjust for the stoplight that was knocked down by a crash last night.
Right. Or a dog standing in the middle of the road.
No, it just stops.
It just stops. And we've been in since from the jump on the Robotaxis. We actually live streamed the 1010 Robotaxi event, didn't we?
We did. That was awesome.
That was awesome. And that whole live stream ended up just us watching it, but it was a live stream. That was our first live stream.
It's still there and available to be watched.
Yes. And since then, Tesla has launched the Robotaxi service in Austin. And then recently, what was that, like a week ago? They launched in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, it was the last couple of days of July.
They, due to regulations, because, we don't have enough regulations in this world, but they won't let them go. They need to put a safety driver in the passenger seat. But I mean, those people basically just sit back. I mean, those cars. Have you watched videos of people taking rides?
Oh yeah, I see the occasional intervention, but compared to, I mean, let's be clear. When Waymo is out there, they have somebody who can intervene remotely and take control of the car, and apparently that happens often.
Really, somebody just takes over.
Well, yeah, when you're stuck in the back of the car because it won't let you out, and the car also won't stop going around in a circle.
Man, wouldn't it be a cool game to play? Like if you had like a PlayStation controller, like an RC car.
That's basically what they are.
That's basically what they are.
That's what they are, and they're ugly as hell too.
Nobody has ever looked cool getting out of a Waymo.
No,
I will.
Well, it depends on your level of cool. I would think an autonomous ride is kind of cool, but it's equivalent to being on a track. What's that car ride at Disney World? I forget what it's, it's got that metal track that it follows.
Oh, the one where right. I was always disappointed with that as a kid because you're like, oh yeah, I can get to drive.
Yeah, you get to drive, but there's absolutely no way you can, oh, whoops, I just hit the guy in front of me. Because they had big spring bumpers on those cars because that happened all the time.
Yes. So with the advantages of the Robotaxi is vertical integration. Tesla builds its own cars, builds its own chips, builds its own software. They update these things over the air. They update where they're going, what they're doing, the whole user interface of the car. And the scalability of this whole Robotaxi thing is insane, because what they're saying is that you could potentially purchase one of these Robotaxis, and while we're sitting here recording Eclectic AI Weekly, we could have our cars out driving around, taking people to and fro, making money for us, right?
Yeah, right now your car has been sitting in my driveway for 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
And while we're hanging out here prepping for this podcast and getting a podcast taped, and it could have been out making money.
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine my car dropping me off at work in the morning, and I'll just be like, come back and get me. Come back and get me at 6 o'clock when I get off. And in the middle of all that, it's stopping and charging itself It's just completely out there doing its thing. There's going to be all kinds of people sitting in my car. Ooh, I don't know. It might be a little weird. Might be a little weird having just a bunch of randos sitting in your car.
Well, you're going to know who it was. You know, there'll be a list.
Yeah, like an Uber. You're going to see the person and the person's rating probably.
Yeah. So there's going to be that. Plus the cost of even a high-end Model Y is considerably less than a Waymo. A Waymo, I think each car costs $100,000 or something like that.
Ooh, really? $100,000 for one of those?
I think it's actually higher than that. I think it's like 120 or something like that.
Damn.
And the Robotaxi, when it finally does come out, and I say finally because I'm impatient, but they're going to be like 30 grand, I think, to buy one.
Yeah. You want to know where that cost goes? Every Waymo vehicle has 5 LiDAR sensors, 6 radars, and 29 cameras. That's a lot compared to Tesla's AI vision, which is, what's that, like 8 cameras or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2, 1, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, 8 cameras.
But that's a lot of hardware on a Waymo, isn't it? And didn't you just tell me you were about to tell me, and I said save it for the recording, but there was a Waymo crash?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't think it was like hugely damaging, but they ran into each other. 2 different cars, but all with all of these sensors, and they still collided.
Yeah, you would think they could avoid one another.
You think, like as the other one pulled up to it, even if one was malfunctioning and was about to hit it, the other one, if it had the space, it would have just backed up a little bit. But no, it just sits there. Perplexed.
Yeah, a lot of times it's older people that I talk to, or even people around my age. They say, but the safety thing, I would never ride in an autonomous robotaxi vehicle because of the safety thing. And my answer to them is, have you looked around when you drive down the road and see what people are doing? People are eating a damn meal. People are texting on their phone. Like, distracted driving is a real fucking thing. Some people can't even get off of TikTok long enough. They can't drive for 20 minutes without flipping through TikTok. That's how addicted people are to that. So what's safer? A computer, an AI-powered computer driving a car?
That it can't be distracted.
That cannot be distracted.
I would say even the Waymos are safer.
Yes.
By far.
Yeah.
By more than 10x.
Yeah, it's got to be.
They're not going to run into something like the crash I'm talking about. I don't want to overhype it. They hit each other, but I don't think it did hardly any damage to either one of the cars.
Right. But they still bumped into one another.
But, they do occasionally go up the wrong way up a lane of traffic.
The wrong Waymo?
The wrong Waymo.
Wasn't there something else when the Waymo wouldn't go where the Robotaxis were dropping off or something?
Yeah, like they stop out in the lane of traffic, and the Teslas drive into the parking lot or off of the main road to drop you off. So I would say that right there, that's safer. I mean, do you want to be dropped? Whenever a taxi driver does that to me, it drops me off where like I've got to be careful about not opening the door because another lane of traffic is still going by.
Right.
So that matters.
And this is, it's just like all of this stuff going on right now. Like the Robotaxi that's out on the road now is the worst version of Robotaxi than will be, because it's really the way they build this. It's getting better and better with every drive and every day. It's getting smarter. It's getting just, I don't know. I think I'm with you. I think it could really be the future.
And don't get me wrong, I want Waymo to be able to compete, but I just, with their current model, I think LiDAR and radar and cameras is, I mean, if there was an AI system that could digest all that, it probably would be better, but they've literally bragged that there's one driver, the main computer, for all of their cars.
And
they bragged about that.
And the Waymo CEO
it's not decentralized, and that car is doing all of its driving. They have one main computer that does the driving for all of the cars. I don't see how that's scalable. It's not scalable.
It's not sustainable to spend all that money on a damn car.
No, especially when Robotaxi is coming up behind them, and they're going to make the rides 6 times cheaper.
Better price.
And safer.
And cooler looking. I mean,
even the Robotaxi is cool looking.
Yeah, the Robotaxi.
Some people don't like it, and they're entitled to their opinion, but
yeah.
But he's going to make body panel parts. Oh, and Tesla's the safest car on the road. There's just no denying that. The Model Y is the most popular car in the world, and it is the safest car in the world as far as I know.
I mean, if it's, I don't know the exact stats, but it's got to be top 5. I mean, in terms, I see people all the time posting on the internet about accidents they had where in any other car, they would even be killed. And the Tesla's so safe. It's just, they're in there, and it just, the car around them protects them.
Yeah, well, I've seen Model S's and stuff that people have accidentally launched because they're fast cars.
Oh yeah.
Right, and so they're not driving. These are people driving it. This is not the Robotaxi driving it. It launches the car, and they literally get out of the car and walk away.
Man.
Destroyed the car around them. Destroyed the thing they hit.
And they just walk away.
And they walk away with barely a scratch on them.
Man, I have a rear-wheel drive. It feels like the fastest car I've ever driven. I cannot imagine driving a Model S Plaid with 3 motors in it. It's like 0 to 60 in like under 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's 1.2.
Yeah, that.
And
is
he hasn't
crazy
even
as
come
hell.
out with the new Roadster yet. The new Roadster apparently is gonna have jet assistance or something like that. It's gonna be unhinged. Unhinged.
So do you think
and production, which means, the fastest production car in the world.
Yes. But one thing, do you oversee Tesla getting over all of these regulatory hurdles with getting this rolled out in these places?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be, I don't think the regulators are going to be able to keep it, to say that they can't do full self-driving without the assistant in the car when they get enough miles on it to just make it undeniable that it's an order of magnitude safer.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, a lot of people die every year.
Yeah, a lot of people.
From car crashes.
Yes.
Right? There's going to be somebody that dies in a full self-driving vehicle. But I very much doubt it's going to be because the vehicle did something. Somebody's going to hit them.
Right.
Driving crazily.
And they are going to make a big deal out of it.
It's just like the big deals they've made about the occasional, and I say occasional because it's important to note that it's occasional, that a Tesla burns to the ground. But what they fail to tell everybody is that combustion engines vehicles, and the worst ones are actually the hybrid ones because they have both electric and combustion engine.
Yeah.
And they burn to the ground 3 times more often than combustion engines. And combustion engines are like, I think, 10 times more than a Tesla. Yes, we're both we're obviously both Tesla fanboys. I don't own one yet, but that's because I'm waiting for the third generation of the Cybertruck.
Third generation you're waiting for?
I'm waiting for the third one.
I hope it comes out soon.
I waited for the third version of the iPhone.
Yeah. Yeah. Third generation Cybertruck. I'll be sitting shotgun riding down the street with you.
We'll probably both be sitting in the back seat
Yeah.
doing a podcast.
Just letting it drive. The first ever Robotaxi podcast studio. That would be badass. That would be badass.
We will definitely try to position ourselves for that. But first, we need to double our subscription, so like and subscribe.
Yes. By the end of the month, September, we are trying to double subscribers. That was a beautiful transition, Heath. Great job. You can go down here, right below this video, and you click our link and see all of our links. Get to whatever you need to get to. More info about us, past episodes. We've got a great show where we interview people from all over the place. Who do we interview? We interviewed a doctor, a pro sailor.
Master Sailor.
Master sailor, that's what they call it. What else? We interviewed a cryogenic scientist. So yeah, log on and take a look at our stuff.
Do you want to talk about the poll?
Oh man, I forgot the Eclectic AI Weekly poll.
The Eclectic AI Weekly poll.
It's time for this week's Eclectic AI Weekly Poll.
The Eclectic AI Weekly poll.
Find Eclectic Gentlemen on the X platform to answer this week's question.
The Eclectic AI Weekly poll.
Thanks for being a part of the Eclectic Gentlemen community.
Eclectic AI Weekly poll. You can go to X and you can vote. You can make your voice heard. And this week's poll is going to be simple. We don't want to get you, inundated with different responses. So, Robotaxi or autonomous taxi cab, Tesla or Waymo. Which one you with? You're either with one or the other. Maybe I'll put a third one in there. That I don't want any of them.
You got two more listed here. Neither, or I'm walking until Skynet takes over.
What's that a reference to?
Skynet?
Yeah.
You're kidding me, right?
It's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's the
Is it
Terminator.
Yeah.
And I wonder sometimes if Waymo hasn't already got Skynet running its vehicles.
Yeah.
They have one driver, and they're proud about it.
Well, hey. I know what my choice is, and I think I know what your choice is too.
I think it's undeniable.
Undeniable.
So for once, I think we're going to be voting for the same one.
I, a lot of times, just vote for the opposite one. Engagement farming.
It's a thing.
Everybody have a good one. Thank you.
Eclectic Gentlemen.